God bless you all. Best afternoon, good afternoon, everyone. Once again, thank you for joining us for the second session of Day 2 No Conference. Thank you so much for being here. Our moderator is having a little technical issues connecting, so I will be moderating, standing in for her until she comes. So once again, thank you for joining. No Conference is hosted by the ATQ and 360 community. So thank you once again for joining. ATQ is answering tough questions from children and teens. ATQ for short. Yeah, ATQ for short. Here, what do we do? Our main aim is to answer the questions children are asking. We are a growing community of parents, trusted and safe adults. And what we do here is ensure that no child's question goes unanswered. And also, we are here to help parents and all caregivers find answers to their questions by doing what? Teaching, learning, and sharing experiences. This we do through our different programs on our platforms, through our monthly webinar, which holds every third Sunday of the month, through our book reviews, which hold on our WhatsApp group, and then all questions are answered. I drop in those questions. So please, if you're joining us for the first time, I will ask that you please click on our links and join our groups. Join the WhatsApp group, join the Facebook group, and please also share. If you're here now for this session, please, the best way and you can help us to spread this gospel is by sharing. So click on the share link and begin to share. And also like and follow our Facebook page and join our Facebook community. Once again, you are welcome. Now, on ATQ, we have testimonies of people. We have people sharing their experiences on what ATQ has been to them, their experiences since they joined ATQ. So please, let's listen to this testimony. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Gift Ikechukwu. I'm a member of ATQ community. It's a community where parents bring their tough questions from their children and their teenagers. I've been part of the ATQ community for the past 2 years, and my experience has been remarkable. When I joined ATQ, I've always had this desire to be able to handle children properly, and coming to ATQ, it made me to realize several things. First and foremost, how to treat every child as an individual, and how to be patient to be able to listen to their various complaints. ATQ for me has not just only been for the children, it's also been for me. It has been a time of growth for me personally. It has also been a time of learning, relearning, and unlearning several things, because in ATQ we are engaged to read books monthly, and we also have monthly seminars which are power-packed information jam. I sincerely
right, okay, let's not waste time on that, please. We're moving on straight to the business of the day. Our speaker has been here. She came in right on time for this session. I am so glad and so excited to have Ogo Ogbueli come speak to us today. This is one lady I cherish so much. I have listened to over time and has impacted my life in different ways. Just before she takes the stage, I would like her profile to be played, and after that she takes on. All right, please, her profile.
Mrs. Ogo Ogbueli. Ogo is an inspirational reading coach and author of the Dear Children books series, a foremost personal development book series for children. She is the chairman of the Foundation for the Personal Development of African Children, a non-profit organization that creates personal development awareness in both private and public primary, junior and senior secondary schools. They inspire African children to discover, develop, and unleash their God-given potentials so they can be a blessing to themselves and their world. She is the co-founder of Faith Things Resources, an informal educational company that provides resources and systems for consistent personal and spiritual growth. She is the lead administrator at Sakid Academy, an online on-site personal development book club for children aged 6 to 16. Through her Dear Child personal development book series and videos, she has inspired and equipped over 15,000 African children to be the best versions of themselves. She is married with 5 beautiful super kids. Welcome, Mrs. Ogbueli, as she speaks on the helping children develop and grow their skills and talents.
All right. Welcome. God bless you, ma. Please, you have the stage. Thank you. You're welcome. Please help me welcome Sister Ogo as she takes on from now. You have 30 minutes to speak to us, ma. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mrs. Stella, or Coach Stella. It's such a pleasure being here today. Permit me to restrict my time to maybe before 3 p.m. because I have to jump into another meeting at 3. So I'm just going to speak between now and 2:59. So Thank you so much for this invite. I really appreciate it, and I love what you're doing. I love the amazing things that you're doing, the impact you're making, um, empowering parents to empower their children. It's remarkable because the children, they are our future. So today, it's my pleasure to speak on a topic that I've grown to love, which is how helping children to discover and develop their skills or talent. Like I said, children are the future. In 50 years, in 60 or 70 years, 50% of us, or more than 50% of everyone watching this program right now may not be here, will not be here actually. But the children, that is the future. And the quality of children we are producing now will determine the quality of the future that we're going to have. So it is so important that we empower our children. So it's in 3 stages, and it's our responsibility as parents, caregivers, guardians, teachers to observe any child in our care. To observe any child in our care. We are not just talking about our own children. You know, growing up, they said that it's the community that trains a child. But it looks like the culture that we have right now is everybody to their own child. You might see a child wandering or going astray, and you're like, that's not my child, I don't care. But that is not a great attitude to have, because if that child is wandering, you don't know how they're going to meet up with your children in the future, because if they're going wrong, it will somehow affect us. So it's our responsibility to empower any child that we are opportuned to come in contact with. I remember, before I go into my class, I remember walking down the street a few days ago, and I saw these 2 children, you know, they were going to school. That was in the morning. I think I was going for my exercise. So they were going to school, and I don't know, one of them dropped something and then picked it up. And I don't even know what happened, but he just said, "Oh, I forgot to bring my money. I am so stupid." I wasn't sure what I heard. I wasn't really sure what I heard, because I'm like, how can somebody forget to bring their money and then they will now declare themselves stupid? But when I walked in a while, I said, he said something else, and I said, "Did you actually call yourself stupid like a while ago?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "You don't ever do that. How can you do that?" You know, I had to correct her, and I told her the things that she should be saying concerning herself, because she has the power to create her future through the power of her words. You know, that's an example of, you know, looking out for other children, not just your own children. I could have said, "Oh, this is not my child. I'm teaching my child the right thing at home." That's their business. But any child that we have the opportunity to encounter is an opportunity for us to empower, to impact, to inspire. So it's in 3 phases. The first phase is the awareness phase. We are still talking about helping children to discover, develop, and use their skills or talent. Before you can develop or use any skill, you have to be aware of that skill. The first step is the awareness stage, and that is where parents will have to look and observe their children. Then, when you are aware of this gift, then we get into the development stage. And it's through the development, the quality of development will determine how amazing the unleashing, how amazing it will be presented to the world. So the first way that you can empower your child, if you're a caregiver or a teacher, the first way you can empower any child around you is to observe and listen. Observe and listen. Children naturally exhibit their God-given natural talents when they are small, when they are younger. It's natural. It's when they become older that they start hearing, oh, you can't do this, oh, stop this, oh, don't do this, oh, you can't, then they'll begin to restrict themselves. On their own, they naturally exhibit their God-given talents. And it is left for us to observe and identify that gift. But sadly, most parents or caregivers, when those gifts begin to manifest, we're actually the ones that are quick to shut it down. Oh, you talk too much. Oh, you're a drama queen. Oh, you're too stubborn. Oh, you target a negative, you target as a negative. And then you begin to shut the child down. That's why we have adults that don't even know who they are. Or they remember, oh, when I was young, I used to like this, but now I don't even know who I am anymore. Because we shut them down based on our fears. I have a child, up until a few months ago, I had no idea what, special gifts this child had. But she's always standing on top of the table, always jumping on the chair, jumping on the couch. She can just come downstairs and just run and jump on the couch and stand on. I'm like, why can't you stand on the floor? Why are you jumping? Why are you, It was just a few weeks ago, I realized this girl is athletic. She is so athletic. She has so much energy. She wants to jump. She wants to play. She wants to stretch. She wants to somersault. She is so athletic. What we would have termed a weakness is a strength. But because we are not aware, we call it a weakness and we shut it down. So now I've decided I'm going to enroll her in any sports that she likes. And, since I discovered that she's athletic, I started observing. When my husband takes her to the stadium for exercise, every other person will walk around, the stadium in Lagos, walk around like once or twice and they get tired. But she keeps going. She keeps going. She keeps going. Even observers, they will say, this girl is very, very strong. She has energy. She's athletic. That is something that other people would have shut down. You always jumping, beating the child. So it is our responsibility to observe. Let us observe and listen, because they naturally exhibit their talents. They naturally exhibit it when they are small. So when we are aware of that, we point it out as a gift. We let the child know that you are really gifted in this area. Now, let's begin to work on it. So that's the first one. Observe your child. The second one is magnify their strengths. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses. And the truth is that some of the things that we term weaknesses can be strengths to the others. And some of the things we term strengths can be weaknesses. So we have to observe your child, know their strengths, know their weaknesses. And while we are helping them to work on their weaknesses, let us focus on the strength. Let us focus on empowering them in their area of strength. I don't know about you, but I feel like our generation, the parents that raised us, some of our parents, they always, zero in on the bad things or the weaknesses of the children, and they never commend the good ones. You might be doing 199 good things, and nobody will say, well done, oh, amazing. But when you make that one mistake, that is when all mouth and all eyes will be on you. Why did you do this? Why did you do this? So we should learn to also praise the children for their strengths, encourage them to do more while working on the weaknesses, because we're not going to leave the weaknesses while helping them in that area. So the first one is observe and listen to them. When they have their conversations, when they are playing, listen to what they like, what they're interested in. Then magnify their strengths and their weaknesses. The third point I had here is you encourage exploration and allow your children to explore. There are so many things you can take them out, sports, music, art. Let's not restrict our children to reading maths and English books. Lesson teacher, they come back from school, there's a lesson teacher teaching maths and English that they just finished learning in school. Let's allow them to explore other hobbies, play games, buy games, board games, Monopoly, Scrabble, chess. Expose them to other things, other hobbies. By that exposure, you begin to learn the things that they love, the things they don't love. Expose them to book, reading inspirational books, reading entertainment book. Expose them to so many things. While watching those things, observe and see the ones that they love and they're inclined to. I remember my mom telling me that when she was still a young mother, my sister, I have two sisters and 3 brothers. My eldest sister, my mom said, was always like a mother to the other siblings. She would prepare the food and do all those things, like she was so nurturing. And another thing is that when they go out to the park or playground, she was always going to the nurses, the nurses and the care side, where there are children to take care of, dolls to take care of. That she was always going there. No wonder my sister is an amazing nurse today. Like, she is a nurse. When you meet a nurse that is a nurse, you will appreciate that nursing career. She loves her job. She has amazing recommendations. She just loves what she does and she does it well. And this thing has been in her all through. So let us allow these children to explore. In that exploration, they begin to know the things that they really love, the things that they are inclined to. And as they are going to those directions, let us be observing and taking notes. The next one is provide opportunities. After they've explored and they've discovered this thing, I like this, and provide the opportunities. Don't restrict them. We're not doing this or we're not doing that. If there are areas that they love, there are skills that they love to develop, create the opportunities, register them for courses, for programs, for workshops, buy equipment for the house, for them to use to practice those things. I have a fashionista in my house. She loves everything fashion. She loves beautiful colors and all those things. And I had to buy a sewing machine for her because she just inclined, in that direction. She loves those things. Allow her. It's not that she's going to be a tailor or a fashion designer. We'll just allow her to explore. Now, this is another one. This is my son. You can go and go and eat. It's okay. I mean, a meeting girl. I'll talk to you later. So, allow, create that opportunity for them to express their gift. Register them in public speaking classes. If you think that your child talks too much, why don't you register this child in the public speaking class? Some of these things you can do them online now. Put them in a grooming and etiquette class. You might be raising the next Oprah in your household, but you have no idea. So give them that opportunity. Grant them the opportunities to express and use their gifts. Now, the next is to support them, encourage. Let them know that they are seen. Acknowledge them when they do an amazing work. Acknowledge them. When they're using their skill, and they praise them. Oh, well, way to go! You're doing amazing. You're doing something great. Now I'm going to share another, example. I have a daughter that she's so homely. She's so responsible, even though she's so young. She takes care of her siblings. She takes care of the house and all that. Sometimes she makes food for the younger ones, serves them, cleans up the kitchen. You know what I do when I come down? I'm like, oh, I see you. Wow. Look at the amazing job you've done in this kitchen. See how you cleaned everywhere. I see you. Well done. That alone empowers and encourages them. So let us let these children know that they are seen. Let them know that, oh, I see you. I see you. My fashionista daughter, when she wears all her dresses, you buy a dress for her, she'll just do something, alter it, and turn it to something else, and it's so beautiful. When she wears it and comes, I'll be like, oh my God, you look amazing. Let them know that they are seen. Let them know that it increases their confidence to go for, to continue. And finally, emphasize efforts. Let them know that they have to work hard on whatever it is, because whatever they have now is still in the raw stage. With effort and consistency, they can refine whatever skill and talent they have and make it shining so much that people will begin to see and acknowledge it. We all witness an amazing, display of talent, determination with the chef. The chef that just, that cooks for 100 hours. We know that she's been cooking, listening to the mom and her growing up, her story and everything. But she's been refining her skill. She has been practicing. She has been consistent. And now she's shining like a star, and the whole world is applauding her. That is what we should let our children know. All the stars that we see on television, we watch them, the music stars, the movie stars, or whoever have done prominent things that they watch and see, is because they took time to work on their skills, to work on their gifts, to work on their talents. And now they are so pure that everybody is noticing and celebrating them. Let them also know that they too will be celebrated if they put in the effort and put in the determination. It is through consistency that we get to that place that we want to. So, to sum it all up, or to recap everything I've said, children are the future. And the quality of the children we are raising today will determine the quality of the future that we're going to have. So, the quality of life that we are enjoying even right now is because of the quality of people that we are. So if we empower our children to learn more, to know more, to be more, then they can have more in their own lives. So I talked about observing and listening. These are the ways that you can empower and help them to discover, develop, and unleash their potential. Observe and listen to them. They naturally exhibit who they are when they are young. Magnify their strengths. While working on the weaknesses, magnify the strengths. The third one is encourage exploration. Take them out. Expose them to other things. Music, art, so many other things apart from the school and math and English. Expose them to personal development. Provide opportunities when they have discovered those things. Provide the opportunities for them to develop those skills. Register them for workshops. Pay for coaching. Buy equipment if you need to, so they can practice and nurture those things. Support and encourage them. Let them know that they are seen. Let them know that they are seen. And finally, emphasize effort. In the Bible, it says that in a house that there are different vessels. There are vessels of clay and vessels, of honor and vessels of dishonor. But the Bible says, if you purify yourself, you become a vessel of honor. And that is where the effort, consistency comes in. If you purify your gift, everybody has something. God made sure of it. A God-given talent. If we leave it on the rough, just like diamonds, silver, gold, crude oil in the rough, they have no value. But when we take the time to purify it, the development stage, And that is where the work is. When we take that time to purify it, we'll come out shiny, and people will acknowledge and praise us and prize it so highly that, that our lives will be so amazing. So I would like to end at this point. I don't know if anybody has a question. I may take one or two before I run into the next meeting that I have. Thank you so much, Coach Stella, for this great opportunity. I hope our listeners find value in these few words on how to empower your child to discover and develop their skills. Thank you. So I yield my mic at this moment. Over to you, Coach Stella.
Thank you so much. I was lost writing. I was trying to grab all I could from this session. So if you are here with us, what did you learn? I said a lot of things. The work is in the development stage. It needs to be refined. A gold is not valued until it is refined. I got that. It needs to be worked on before it can be valued. And that's what we need to help our children achieve. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please, if you have a question, please type in your question in the comment section so that we can ask her. That thing you're calling a weakness could be a strength for your child. Stop shutting them down and shutting them up. I got that. Any questions? Please feel free to type in your questions so we ask her. Yeah, I'm seeing something here powerful. Okay. Yeah, I say powerful. God is not valued. Gold is not valued until it is refined. All right, thank you so much for being here so far. It's like we have no questions. I'm trying to see if there are any questions in the comment section, but we do not have a question. Well, thank you so much for being here with us, Ma. It's almost time for your next meeting. We'd like to have your final words. Oh, but before you go, I would like to ask a question. So, what if my child just likes to explore so many things? How do I finally discover which one becomes the child's real talent? If a child loves to explore a whole lot of things, so interested in so many things.
Well, if your child likes to explore so many things, then your child is an explorer. Then your child is an explorer. Haven't you met explorers? They just travel around the world, discovering new things. It doesn't mean that every child has to have one particular thing that they are good at. They are creatives. They are multi-talented. There are so many things that they can do. So many places to go. They get bored so easily with one thing. Then they are explorers. They are explorers. That is exactly who your child is. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here with us. God bless you. Coach, I call her Sister Ogo. Sister Ogo is doing so many amazing things, helping children develop themselves. Please, Sister Ogo, please, can you let us in a little to the things you do and how we can contact you? I know she has an online book club and so many other things, reaching out to so many schools, teaching children how to achieve their goals. Please, can you tell us a little more about the things you do? Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, so we founded this nonprofit. It's called Foundation for the Personal Development of African Children, and that's exactly what we do. We are committed to the personal development of African children because we now understand that without personal awareness and development, we cannot unleash our God-given potentials. So it starts with the awareness. So our programs are